Hi gang, welcome back to the Honest Latina Ever. Yesterday we tried to do a video. It wasn't coming off very well because I wasn't finding the humor in politics. I was on one of my negative days. It was a Debbie Downer day, or maybe you want to call it Dee Dee Downer day. So anyway, I had injured myself and I wasn't really feeling well. But today I'm doing better because I'm high on shit. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm high on life. I'm reading the Tampa Bay Times, because like Johnny Carson, he got a lot of great material just from the press. And the press gives us countless, I don't even need to watch Fox News. I can just look at local stuff here. Anyway, this is the local paper. And I'm just going to read some headlines to y'all just real quick so you guys know what's going on in the Tampa Bay area, in the Tampa Bay Times. This is the Tampa Bay Times, you guys. Hey, I bet you guys are loving this. Your paper is going out of business. It's getting very skimpy. But what little of a paper we do have, I use it to make little crib notes and stuff like that. And I'm also reading the topics to everybody. So time is ticking out on vetoes for Rick Scott. He has to make some decisions, so he's kind of taking his time about that. Last year he only vetoed 11 bills, or wait, he vetoed 55 in the last 7 years. You know what, he ought to go out like the George W. Bush and just veto all of them. We have too many lawyers and too many laws. Okay, except for the ones on immigration. Uphold the ones we have on the books, Mr. Rick Scott, and do away with the sanctuary cities, because we don't need any of that shit here. We already have enough freaking Puerto Ricans and Cubans here anyway. Who needs the Mexicans? I'm kidding. I know we need somebody to pick the fruit, right? So anyway, we have something in here. The policeman had no police. Okay, they do police, and then they do these little dots. So I thought it said policeman had no license. I'm like, boy, he's in a world of shit. No, it says police, and then says man has no license. Okay. Why do you even put police in there? What? Why? Anyway, this dude was accused of fleeing after killing some people. Well, I mean, if you killed some people accidentally, you'd probably want to flee too. Anyway, do we ban the guy that's driving at 21? Or do we ban all cars or kids that drive cars at 21? Or how does that work? So now he's on felony charges because he fled the scene of the crime. I'm sure maybe he was on something. He doesn't look like he's in his right state of mind here. He wasn't thinking very rationally. But anyway, had a very bad accident and left, which was not good. Then we have a car theft epidemic, and Charlie Chris calls it fixable. Well, imagine that. Charlie can fix that. Is that going to be another Cash for Clunkers? Charlie's is going to have a used car lot of all these cars that he gets that
he stole.
I see a way of Charlie profiting off this whole thing.
Charlie's used cars.
Charlie's used car sheriff. What's his name? Gara, whatever. I know I'm friends with him on Facebook. How do you say his name? Gara
Galtieri.
Cult or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry, Sheriff G. Yeah, you know what? We should just call him Sheriff G. That's even better, don't you think? Because Galtalu, whatever, is just too hard. I can't say it. Say it again.
Galtieri.
Galtieri? Okay. All right, whatever. But anyway, he's sitting with Charlie. Mainly, maybe he has this way of profiting off the whole experience, too. I mean, G and C's used car lot. Anyway, I'm kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. Car theft is a serious crime. So is sex slave trafficking. I mean, St. Pete has a real big epidemic. So, I don't know. It's not getting addressed. Maybe because there's money to be made in that. I don't know. Maybe there isn't money to be made in that. I don't know. Okay, so there's another woman that was killed in a head-on collision. And she was driving a Hyundai going north on 66, and she crossed into some lanes and hit this 18-year-old who was pronounced dead at the hospital. Wow, that really sucks. Alcohol was a factor. You know what? Again, they're driving a big vehicle, but do we ban the car or do we ban the idiot that was using the alcohol driving the vehicle? See, the thing about it is, like, we don't have like huge rallies of people protesting at the White House saying ban all cars, because cars kill. You know? Like, if we did that, Chrysler would be really pissed off, and Hyundai and all those people would be all angry. They'd be like, hey, how are we supposed to, like, you know, sell our shit? You know, cars get you places, but they also can kill. And more people die in car accidents than they do shootings, believe it or not. Don't they? I think so. Anyway, I use the paper for like scribble notes and stuff like that. That's really, oh, this is a good one. At a summit. Can't read. And young people asked Bill Nelson and Representative Kathy Castro. I don't even know her. Like, what does she do? She's this flaming liberal that is supposed to be Hispanic in the Tampa area to push a movement forward. They're pushing some movement forward. I can't imagine what it could be. Oh, guess what? The movement is gun reform. Okay, I hear nothing. I know nothing about this Kathy Castro. And then all of a sudden, you know, we have a shooting here in Florida, and she is going to make a movement with this gun reform, like her and how many other people, right? You know, so she's going to make a big name for herself, this Kathy Castro. Is she in the pictures? Because I don't even know what she looks like. Anyway, university, okay, right. Oh, they're talking about school violence. I don't see Kathy, I just see Mr. Nelson. So, is this supposed to be Kathy, this blonde lady here?
I don't think that's her.
No, I've known nothing about this woman. Anyway, this Largo woman, she doesn't have a place to call home. She has like a voucher from the government saying that she can get the funding to like live rent free, but they don't have any houses. So what's the point of the fucking voucher, right? Like, here, lady, you know, here's your voucher.
Well, they tow a whole bunch of those abandoned cars together. Maybe she could live in them. I don't know.
I think she already has a car. It's funny. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have? Oh gosh. And they have some national stuff in here, but that's not important because Fox covers up crap. Oh, on the national level though, you have to like, oh, this Winter Park owner here, this is not national, he's charged in a boy's death because the water slide killed this kid. Are we gonna ban like all water slides now, Will? Yeah. You know, I could just see this prohibition of like water slide owners like banding together saying, look, if your stupid kid dies on our water slide, we're not responsible, you know? Like, now we're gonna have to close all the water slide parks, and we're gonna have to charge a lot more money now.
It won't matter because people can't get there. They won't have cars.
Right, they won't have cars because we have to ban all cars for all the accidents that happen on the road because cars are very dangerous, and we can't possibly like have people driving those dangerous vehicles that cause accidents. But anyway, oh, Stormy Daniels sues Trump lawyer, saying he called her a liar about the whole incident. About anyway. Oh, like, she's a real credible person. What does she do for a living? Somebody called her like a what do you call those people? A sex worker. Like, really? You're calling prostitution like a sex worker? Like, that's not even legal. Like, prostitution is kind of an illegal thing. And so, if you're doing something illegally and it's wrong and that's how you're making your money, that should like exclude you from like any kind of credibility in a court of law in the United States. Because like I think that right there is dishonest because she's not paying any money to the government. And I think the government needs to go back and tax her on all her prostitution money. Don't you think?
Did she pay tax on the $125,000 Trump paid her?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. IRS, the honorary Latina, you know, like, you know.
So he paid her $100,000 for one night?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, the tax on that got to be like $15,000 to $20,000.
Exactly, and she's gotten a
Did
lot
she
to pay
declare
this.
that on her tax return?
She probably did not. I know she didn't. So anyway, she's going to be in a lot of trouble because, you know, I think the IRS is going to have to pay her a visit. But what's really funny is the whole thing about how Biden and Trump, you know, they're the huge story about, you know, Biden making the threat on Trump's life or whatever. He's going to beat him up behind the school, whatever. You know, this is a guy who is just too stupid to know, like, he's at a anti-violence rally. Too stupid to know, like fist fighting and fighting in general is bullying, and even to say that is a threat. And people can get locked up for that, you know.
We can only hope he runs for president.
I know, like, every time he opens his mouth, it's just like, oh my God. I mean, I honestly just, like, I have to shake my head, like, he doesn't really realize how stupid. He's even worse than that Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas. Anyway, you know, I bet Pocahontas can kick his little wussy ass, you know. Biden is one of those guys that, like, you could see him running on his tippy toes, you know. I don't know. I call him Twinkle, you know, because he's such a little girly guy. But he's also kind of a pervert. Have you ever watched him? He just creeps up on women, like, and just, like, little women, big women, babies, you know, just anything he could, like, hug and squeeze. He's always groping. You know, like, as we're talking about, like, women's rights and stuff like that, and he's, like, the ultimate creeper, really. So, anyway, I wanted to, like, also touch on immigration, but we're running out of time, and if I get on that subject, we'll never shut down. But I wanted to say that, because Laura Ingraham on the Fox News, she's covering it really well. Laura, you're the only one. I mean, my God, God bless you. I love you. But you know what? I used to be like you, and I used to rant about these things, and now I realize I kind of had to step back. You know, it would be like me having because I would have to be on blood pressure medicine. You know, I was hit by an illegal alien, and she, like, left me for dead, and that's not a funny thing, but it was kind of funny how, like, she was trying to pull me off the pavement, telling me she was late for work, speaking perfect English, by the way. And we're talking about, like, how these people have rights, and I'm, like, thinking, well, what about my like, disabled rights? You know, I'm laying on the pavement, my head felt like, you know, it was split open, and, you know, I was bleeding from my whole entire back, and they had to pick the gravel out of my back, and then we had to chase this woman down in Mexico. Long story short, you know, you cannot get juice from a turnip, and so, I mean, we need to throw all these people out of here. You know, their kids including, you know, like, Trump is all, oh, you know, we can't do this bill because we didn't think about the DACA, you know. What? Like, really? I mean, seriously, why do we have to think about the DACA? You know? It's like, you know, it's a bunch of caca, if you ask me. The caca DACA. And with that said, I'm going to end on a positive note. You guys, don't read the Tampa Bay Times. You're just going to waste your money buying it. It was $1 for this little piece of paper, and I just did it just to kind of read over some of the things and kind of do the Johnny Carson, because you know what, nobody does the Johnny anymore. You guys have a great week. God bless.